You know what really pisses me off is how I look and I see like all these posts about these people like slandering against Donald Trump. Okay, first of all, I understand you don't like him, but that doesn't give you the right to be hammering him. And second of all, he's the president of the United States. So you're almost every, or not everybody, but most of the majority of the people voted for Donald Trump. So we had an election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and I'm sorry, but I like Donald Trump. I do, and I like everything he does for this country. So I'm not 18, I'm actually 15, but if I was 18, I would totally vote for him, and I am not going to vote for some scandalous bitch. So I'm sorry, but I'm not going to vote for some, which I probably should have chose my words wisely, but I'm not going to vote for some indescribable, despicable, inconsiderate woman who killed like 3 people because she didn't want to answer her phone. So I'm sorry, but Donald Trump actually cares about our veterans, and he actually cares about the police academy and the police department and for our police officers. So I don't get how all these people can be hating against him and how they can pretend to chop off his head and say that it's freedom of speech, or how they can pretend to shoot him in the head and them not get in trouble. Which I'm talking about Snoop Dogg and Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin created it was like a replica of Donald Trump's head, so it wasn't the exact same thing as Donald Trump's head, but it was a replica of his head, and she pretended it was like cut off at the neck, and it was covered in fake blood. And Snoop Dogg, in his latest music video, he made a replica of Donald Trump and shot him in the head. So I don't see how all of these people think that it's okay to threaten our president of the United States of America. He is the one who's trying to keep this country safe, and he is the one who's trying to make America great again and America safer again, because in the America I grew up in, we didn't have this kind of stuff happening. Like, whenever I was little, I remember I was 6 years old, and we had George W. Bush in office. He was the president at the time when I was 6 years old. I was in first grade. So I'm sorry, but since then we have had George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and now we have Donald Trump. And even with George W. Bush, people didn't like him either, but they didn't threaten the president. Now, Obama, yes, we had people that threatened him and created models and everything, but what takes me off is how people they cared more about it with Obama than they do with Trump. With Trump, they're not doing anything about it. Kathy Griffin got fired, and people turned against her because the people that cared and liked Trump, they did something about it. But people that didn't like Trump and don't care for him didn't do anything about it. They liked her for it. And with Snoop Dogg, the people that like Trump are as pissed as I am, but the people that don't like Trump don't care. And I don't understand that, because Kathy Griffin got fired. Snoop Dogg didn't get fired. And to me, he's a crappy rapper as it is. And I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. And if I get hated on for that, then I get hated on for it. But I don't understand why people cared more about it with Obama whenever people were hating against Obama than they do with Trump. Obama was the president of the United States, just like Trump is. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to speak my mind. And so for all my haters, get over it. And for all these things that are happening, like Black Lives Matter, the gay rights, the women's rights, all this stuff that is happening, I understand that they have a right to protest, but what's happening is, even with the Black Lives Matter, we're having riots. And I'm sorry, but innocent people are getting hurt, so that's not okay with me. When innocent people are getting hurt, shouldn't it be stopped? But because they're claiming their First Amendment and their right to protest, people are still letting them. And to me, rioting is completely different from protesting. It's completely different, because you're burning buildings, you're causing more harm than necessary, you're causing more problems than necessary, and you have all this stuff that is happening. Meanwhile, protesting, you just have a picket sign and you're walking around claiming with what you want to happen. But instead, innocent people are getting hurt, buildings are being burned, cars are being burned, windows are being broken, and they're putting maxi pads and everything on everything. And it ticks me off because nobody is doing anything about it because they're claiming about the First Amendment. But meanwhile, you see all this gun control stuff happening, and people are discriminating, or I wouldn't necessarily say discriminating, but people are hating, or they're choosing the wrong thing. Like, Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, and they're complaining about gun control and how guns are dangerous. And you know what? I am 15 years old, and I know how to shoot a gun. Okay? I have been shooting since I was very little. I am 15 now. 15. Okay? And these are older people, like grown-ass adults, and they're complaining about gun control and about freedom of speech. And it ticks me off, and it's part of my language, but I am a very pissed off 15-year-old. And you know what? If I get hated on, then I get hated on, but I'm going to speak my damn mind. And so what is happening is they're taking not exactly the Constitution, it is the Constitution, but they're also taking the Bill of Rights. And the Bill of Rights are amendments 1 through 10, okay? And you know what? I'm going to give y'all a little history lesson. What happened was, back in the 1700s, whenever we were first creating our government, the Federalists, they were the people that wanted the Constitution, which was like not Thomas Jefferson, like Alexander Hamilton, people like that. They wanted the Constitution. But then you have the Anti-Federalists, which were people like Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, people like that, who didn't want the Constitution because they felt like the people they weren't guaranteed freedom. The Constitution, the Federalists, they were like the high top powered people. They were like what you would call our government now. Meanwhile, you have the Anti-Federalists, which are people like like Texans, like the Southerners. Those were the Anti-Federalists. So what happened was, they created the Federalist Papers and the Anti-Federalist Papers, and they were debating and everything about the Constitution and about the Bill of Rights, because the Anti-Federalists wanted the Bill of Rights. But the Federalists wanted the Anti-Federalists to sign the Constitution, but the Anti-Federalists didn't want to because they wanted something to guarantee the people's freedom. That way they want something that would guarantee them to be protected. So finally, what happened was, the Federalists, they got tired of fighting and arguing and everything like that with the Anti-Federalists, so they said, okay, we'll give you the Bill of Rights if you'll sign the Constitution. So Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin and all of them, they were like, okay, well, as long as we'll sign the Constitution if you give us the Bill of Rights. So that's what they did. They signed the Constitution, and they put in the Bill of Rights with the Constitution, which is Amendments 1 through 10. And then you have the Constitution, which they have completely, they've added stuff to it, and I understand they can add stuff to it, but they're adding stupid stuff to it. And then you have people debating on the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. And you know what? It ticks me off because the First Amendment states that the people have the freedom of religion, assembly, press, petition, and speech. RAPS. RAPPS. Religion, assembly, press, petition, and speech. And then you have the Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms, which means that every citizen has the right to bear arms. So these people that are claiming that guns are violent and guns kill people, guns do not kill people, people kill people, okay? If you don't know how to handle a gun, 1, don't buy a gun, and 2, don't be trying to shoot a gun if you don't even know how to handle a gun, okay? There's this thing called the safety, which is on the gun, which is supposed to be on because that's what helps the gun goes off. But sometimes the safety doesn't always work. So that's why you make sure that it's unloaded. Gotta think smart. If it's unloaded and it's on safety, then it can't shoot nobody because it don't got no ammo in it because it's unloaded. And if it's on safety, then you can't shoot it because the gun is on safety. So even if you pull the trigger, it's not gonna go off. People, these criminals and everything, what's happening is they're trying to take away guns, and you can't take away guns. I'm a Texan. If you try to take away my gun, I'm going to fight back because that is my gun. I have 2, or no, actually, I have 4. I have 4 guns. I have 2 rifles, which are 2 22s. I have a semi-automatic Ruger 10/22, or actually it's a Remington, no. It's a semi-automatic Ruger, or no, it's a Remington 1022. And then my state shooting rifle, which I shoot with in competition, that is a Ruger 1022. And it is a bolt action. And then I have a BB gun, which even though it is a gun, it is still very, if you do not know how to handle it, it can still be very harmful, even though it is a BB gun, because the BBs are about like that big, and whenever you shoot those suckers and you get hit by one, it hurts. Trust me. I have one of those, and I have the handgun BB guns, which are, can't remember the entire name of it. It has a special name, but still. So what these people need to understand is that guns do not kill people. People kill people, because if I can set the gun down right in front of me, which I can't because my gun's in my closet, but if I just lay the gun down and my brother standing over there, how's he gonna shoot it? How's my brother gonna get killed? Because the gun, y'all, it's Newton's law. It is Newton's law. You people need to understand and get it through your dang head, because it is Newton's law, because an object cannot shoot something whenever it's not being handled or touched or anything like that. Like, I'm out my garage. Like, this wrench, for example, if I set it down, it's not gonna do anything because it's a wrench. Even though it is an object, it's not gonna do anything because I'm not handling it, because it's there. It doesn't have a brain, it doesn't have an arm, it doesn't have a heart or lungs or kidney or liver or anything like that. So it can't do any harm because it is just a piece of metal. Just like a gun is a gun. It doesn't have a brain. So how does it know to kill somebody when it doesn't have intestines? It doesn't have the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the liver, the legs, the arms. It doesn't have a brain, eyes. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have what humans have. So it can't live because it is an object. So you people need to get it through your dang head, okay? Just, y'all need to seriously sit down and think. Gotta have some common sense. Like, honestly. Like, y'all drive me insane. Another thing that I would like to discuss is that y'all are taking the Bill of Rights into a completely different perspective. Okay, like the protesting. Yes, you have the right to protest because it's in the First Amendment, but that doesn't mean go around and be causing more problems than necessary. That means do the right thing. You have enough common sense to know to do the right thing. Like, I have enough common sense to know that I'm not going to go rob a bank and claim that it's freedom of speech. Just like writing, you should have enough common sense to know that writing causes more problems than necessary. Okay? You're just getting more, like, it's like my grandma always told me, like, no matter how mad you are, don't cause damage. It's like if you have a boyfriend and he cheated on you or something, don't cause damage. Don't go bust his headlights out no matter how mad you are. And that's what they're doing, is they're mad, and so they're causing more damage than what they should do. They're busting out windows, busting car headlights. They're throwing bricks at windows and car windows, and they're burning buildings and burning cars, and they're causing all these problems, which they only started with one itty-bitty problem, and because they're causing more and more and more problems, that causes them for the police to get involved because they're causing more problems than necessary, because they're getting innocent people hurt, and they're burning things, burning the government's property, burning somebody else's property, so that causes you to go to jail because you're messing with somebody's property, which is against the law. So see, you people need to have common sense, especially these liberals. They need to have some common sense, okay? Like, I understand you have the right to speak your opinion, and I understand you don't like Trump, but just because you don't like him doesn't give you the right to be slandering him and pretending to cut off his head and pretending to shoot him in the head, because you know what? That's threatening the president, and what happens when you threaten somebody is get your ass beat. Because you're just asking for an ass whooping. You are, trust me. Because that's threatening the president, which is actually illegal because it is against the law to threaten the president. But you know what? People don't seem to care. They cared when people did it to Obama, but they don't care about what is happening now. Okay, Obama was, keyword, was the president. Trump is now, keyword, now the president. Not Obama, Trump. Okay, he was elected. He got voted in. People voted for him. They didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. Okay, thank God. But they voted for Trump. They wanted Trump. So we have Trump. So if you don't like Trump and you're hating against him, okay, it's okay if you don't like him. That is you have the right to be causing problems and calling him names, because you know what? He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to make everybody happy. And sometimes you get your butt hurt because not everybody gets to be happy. Okay, not everybody gets what they want. Okay, just like these people who want more rights. You have enough. Be happy with what you have. Because what you're doing is you're just causing more problems. And that is what is happening, is Trump is trying to fix the problems that we have going on now. But because more people are bringing in more problems than necessary, and they shouldn't even be problems. So Trump has to fix the problems that are happening, the big ones that are happening, on top of the ones that people are bringing in. And these people need to realize what is happening. Because if this keeps happening, then the government has to keep paying more money for these people to get what they want. Like these court cases with the whole gay rights and women's rights and everything, they go to court with it, which costs money. It costs money, which is causing us to become more in debt. And what this country needs is to get out of debt. What this country needs is Jesus. Y'all need Jesus. Freedom of religion, people. Freedom of religion. See, that is what I mean. Because people are hating against people's religion and everything, okay? And people are taking the whole travel ban into a whole completely different manner. It is a temporary travel ban. Temporary. Okay? And it's for our own good. I agree with Trump with it, okay? I understand that not all Muslims are bad. Not all Syrians are bad. Not all Afghanistani people are bad. Not all Iraqi people are bad. I understand that. But we don't know that. We, as people, as Americans, don't know that, okay? What if we let one in and we think, oh, okay, well, he seems like a pretty cool dude. I mean, he came from Afghanistan. He seems really cool. He has a job. He has a family. He's really cool. And the next thing, bam, he bombs a building. Okay, that is what happened. That is what is happening, is because we think that not everybody is bad and we shouldn't look at all the bad and everything. But then we have all this stuff happening. ISIS, for example, because we let ISIS in, they're causing problems because we thought that, oh, not all ISIS people are bad. Okay, honey? Just like not all Americans are good, okay? Like, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. You have liars and stealers and drug dealers and business embezzlers. You have all this stuff. So not all Americans are good either, but not all Afghanistans or Afghanistanians, Iraqis, Iranians, Syrians, not all of them are good, okay? Like, look at 9/11. Hate to say it, but it's true. Just like illegal immigration. Not all Mexicans are going to be good. I'm sorry that they have their problems, but they shouldn't be bringing their problems here to the United States. Maybe they should deal with it, or maybe Trump should help the president of Mexico. But you know, the president of Mexico is like, no, I don't want to deal with Trump because he doesn't like Mexicans. And okay? Trump is trying to do the right thing, and I think that what people need to do is they need to get their heads screwed on straight, and they need to realize what is actually happening here in the United States, as well as other countries in the world. Look at Syria. They're in the middle of a war, okay? And us as Americans, it is our job to help people because we are good people. Some of us are. Not all of us, but some of us are. But the ones that are good, we should be helping people. But you know what? No, all these people have to be selfish and inconsiderate. And you know what? Y'all are all a whole bunch of Hillary Clintons. For those of you that are selfish and inconsiderate, y'all are a bunch of Hillary Clintons. So what y'all are. So to end this video, which I'm sorry this is a long video, but I had a lot to say and I had a good point to make. We shouldn't be threatening the President of the United States because he is the president. He's trying to do the right thing, and all he wants is a little bit of support. That's all he wants. So what y'all need to do is y'all need to understand that, that's my brother, that the President of the United States is the President of the United States.
Agreed!
Hush.
Oh, come on.
And what y'all need to understand is that you have to get over that he is the president, okay? We can't do anything about it. He's already been elected into office. He's already in the White House. He's already passed bills and been through Congress and everything like that. So y'all need to get over it already. If y'all don't like him, y'all don't like him. And y'all can speak y'all's opinion, but that doesn't give you the right to be threatening him. That doesn't give y'all the right to be causing all these riots and everything that are happening. Y'all need to go read the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, because that is what y'all need to do, and read it in depth and actually read in between the lines. Y'all know how to interpret, so interpret. And y'all need to understand that not everybody is good. Not everybody is good. Not all these Afghanistans, Mexicans, Syrians, not all of them are good. So with him having the travel ban, it is causing less problems with all these buildings and everything being blown up, these airplanes being shot and everything. Trump is trying to protect us, so what y'all need to do is y'all need to get over yourselves and understand what is happening. That is what y'all need to do. God bless everybody. Let us have God back in our country.
And Trump isn't trying to be mean to Mexicans.
Exactly.
Agreed. Oh, by the way, guys, try to leave a like to this video and share it to your friends. Trust me, my sister is really good at God.
So let this nation come together once again. Let Trump do his job and make America great again. God bless you all. Thank you.